Welcome inside River Lanes in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the finals of the WIBC Queens Tournament, a United States Bowling Congress event. Competition will be in the stepladder format, and in the opening match, one-time pro titleist Jennifer Swanson of Shelton, Connecticut, will challenge an athlete making her first TV appearance from Logan, Ohio, Karen Morris. The winner will move on to face last year's runner-up from Skaneateles, New York, Michelle Feldman. The victor of match 2 will take on the 1994 Queens champion with 15 titles, Anne-Marie Dugan of Edmond, Oklahoma. And the winner of the semifinal match will have to take on 3-time titleist, currently undefeated in this year's event, Neil Milligan of Costa Mesa, California. Jennifer's the 5th seed, Karen is the 4th seed, so it's Karen's choice. And she's decided to start the match, which is unusual, Carolyn. She's putting the pressure on herself. She'll finish the match last.
I'm not sure she's feeling any pressure. I spoke to her before we started, asking her about the lane conditions, and she said, I guess they're the same. I'm just not executing, but that's a good thing. That's what I did this week.
Well, she goes very direct at it, and not a good opening. 4-6. She plays the lanes very, very direct. Not a lot of hook.
She said when she lost her look inside, she moved way to the right and just pointed it off the corner. She wound up getting through that final match to make the TV show.
She's a bowler who can just grind it out because she can just point it and get it to the pocket. Some of the bowlers, actually several ladies said they ended up doing that on certain pairs, the tougher pairs this week.
Yeah, from pair to pair, they were much different. You had to play the lanes. Your angles were different, and spare shooting was very important.
Jennifer Swanson with 1 title. It was way back in 1999. Labrador Greater Terre Haute Open. That's a nice opening shot.
I spoke to Jennifer before the match. She said she's playing a little bit further in than she did this week. And she doesn't think that her out of bounds to the right, meaning where the oil line was as drastic.
She's going to change balls here to shoot her 10-pin. Doing that to avoid the hook. And we have to remember, it could almost be, Carolyn, do you think it's an advantage for Karen under these circumstances? Because none of the ladies have really been on television much in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, this really, it's kind of like, oh, this is everybody's first TV appearance again. You know, it could play to her advantage. Like I said earlier, she doesn't know what the pressure's all about on being on TV and winning championships. This is her first experience. It could play in her favor. Good shot by Jennifer.
Let's talk about this format a little bit for the people at home that don't know what it is. We started out with qualifying, 5 games each, 2 days in a row, 10 games total, cut to the top 63, plus brought in Marianne DeRupo, who was the defending champion, and then they go into head-to-head match play.
Right, and it's the total pins, 3 games, and that's it. And then you either move on to your winner bracket match or you go into the contenders bracket, because you do have, this is a double elimination tournament.
And being double elimination, as Karen went high there, leaving the 3-6, since it's double elimination, to Neil, the top seed, is undefeated.
Karen gets it way left of target, goes high again, leaves the 3-6. She's changing to a ball that goes a little bit straighter.
Covers it up. So as I was saying, then Neil she still would have to be defeated twice. So if she would lose her first match, she gets a second shot at it.
Right, which is, you know, it could be an advantage again, because during that first match, if she's out of it, she could take a few frames to try to get lined up, try some different equipment to get lined up for that final match.
Morris down by 11, and this is her 4th year bowling the Queens, and she's never made the cut at all. Never made the top 64 round.
That was the funny thing about it. She says, I could never make the cut, so why not just go right to the show?
Exactly. Once you make the cut, I can speak from experience on that one. When you haven't ever made the cut and then you make the cut, it's such a relief that really there's no pressure at all.
No,
you can just go for it.
Everything is bonus.
Yes. She comes up light, leaving that 2-pin. She had a 72% spare percentage during match play. Shot 62 of 86 spares. Jennifer went through the winner's bracket for a few rounds. She won 3 matches, and then she lost to Michelle Feldman, who we'll also see in a little while, 7-30 to 6-30 by 100 pins. And then had to go through the contenders bracket, which is a lot more bowling. You bowl match after match after match.
That's the never-ending bracket.
Oh, oh, almost tripping the 4-pin.
Jennifer starting way back on the approach, 5-step delivery, real low swing, gets the ball real low into her swing, but quick. Perfect follow through, and this is her reaction. Great shot, wiggles the 4.
Spares it up, and watching Jennifer, it always amazed me really how low she stays with her leg. She's a very tall woman, and how low she stays to that line all the way up.
Right, throughout her whole approach.
So right now, Jennifer Swanson in the lead by 12 pins. Really nice mixer there. And Carolyn, boy, you couldn't get two further apart lines that these two ladies are playing.
Yes, and watching Jennifer during practice, she had a very nice reaction. She drilled up a couple balls for the TV show tonight to try to give her a different look. She's using one of them, and really it seems to be paying off. And like we said earlier, Karen said, if I don't find anything I like playing inside, I'm moving to the right and pointing it off the corner.
A little bit of a flat 10 there.
Better shot by Karen. Karen, 4-step approach, gets the ball started on her first step, high backswing, but comes through it nice, but she stays way behind the foul line.
There's that spare, and her strike percentage, 46%, really was very close to Jennifer Swanson's. Jennifer at 48%, so very close in strike. She was really able to just, she said she felt like she had no room really to miss. She just had to hit a small area, and frequently, if you don't get a lot of revolutions on the ball and a lot of hook, you do have a smaller area to hit on the lane.
Right. In her qualifying, she said, my low game was 180, my high game was 217. Oh, hits it twice. 9-pin. Back-to-back good shots by Karen. Wiggles, hits it twice, but the 9-pin still stands.
Very straight at that spare. She picks it up. So right now, Jennifer Swanson in the lead by 14 pins through 4.5 frames. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more.